And hello, everyone. It is
Whoa.
Tuesday afternoon. We are here live with another edition of the SamCart Tuesday Takeover, where we dive into an awesome creator's business. We dissect for you guys how they're making money, where their opportunity lies, how could they be making more, and all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, my name is Scott. This is Taylor Danielle. That is wrong side. I went like that. That's Taylor right there. That's Jordan P. Anderson up there. And the creator above our heads here today is we'll be diving in. Her name is Joy Michelle, somebody who's in the wedding photography space. So for anybody who is a service seller, anybody who is in photography, right, or anything in that ballpark, pay attention. Gives me a fun one. We're going to kind of build out and say, okay, let's take a look. We're going to live build on this stream here today. How would we create a really compelling offer, a single page? How would I launch this business right here? How would I launch a wedding photography business with one simple page on SamCart and use all those advanced e-commerce features that we have to maximize profit and growth and all of that good stuff? But with that, where are my freelancers at? Jordan, this is your world, man. This is videography and photography. I mean, this is your sweet spot.
Yeah, that's right. It's October, so the wedding season is coming to a close. So if you're a wedding photographer out there or a videographer or any kind of service provider, now is probably a good time to kind of reassess your business. You're going to take a little break, take a little hiatus. So maybe watch this video if you were thinking about redesigning your funnel, or like, how do I get more clients? How do I book more clients? How do I increase my close rate? How do I get more referrals? We're going to cover all that today's episode. Excited. Yeah, so if you're watching right now and you're a freelancer, give me a yes, Y-E-S, in the chat.
Give me a chat down below. But that's us. This is a normal crew, right? Me, Taylor, Jordan, here we are, e-commerce experts, the team here at SamCart, here to make sure that we give you guys the kind of e-commerce insights into growing whatever it is that you need. You know what I mean? Whatever it is that you're selling, whether you are a photographer, whether you're a service seller, whether you sell digital goods, whether you sell event tickets, whatever it is, doesn't matter. SamCart has the tools that can help you guys make it and grow it and take it bigger, right? And so that's what we are here to do here today. The SamCart Takeover. This is very specific, right? We do this every single Tuesday, where we take a look at a creator business, usually someone who's not using SamCart, right? This isn't someone where we're not partnered with them. You know, this is just, we're taking on a fully outside perspective, right? But basically, we're going to look at e-commerce experts and break down how they make their money, right? How they could probably be making a lot more money, opportunities for that kind of stuff, right? And we want to teach all of you guys watching how they monetize so that you can monetize like the pros. And so this is your first takeover. Go ahead and drop first down in the chat below. Keep your finger on that chat. We talk about that kind of a lot. We do a lot of engagement type stuff, right? So keep it down there. We want to hear from you guys throughout this event. But Taylor, there's one thing we always say, right? One more thing to drop in the chat for everybody watching, right? What is this?
Share your takeaways. What is your big moment that you have? This is a learning experience for everybody. So if you have a thought, if you have something that's happening here that you do well in your own business, share it. We are family. Okay. So don't keep the secrets to yourself. Share with everybody.
Don't keep the secrets is the best way to say that, for sure. Yeah, we happen to stumble into saying something kind of smart. Drop it in the chat. Love to hear your guys' notes. Love to hear about things that, you want to add in. You want to toss in some more ideas that maybe some we didn't bring up, right? Love to hear from that as well. But when we do these takeovers, they always center around four very, very specific questions, right? Question number one is, what is the opportunity, right? The opportunity being essentially for this creator, right? Today we're going to talk about, again, her name is Joy Michelle. You guys can check out her social media profiles in the link down below, this video in the description. Definitely awesome. Anybody who's in the wedding photography space, anybody who's a photographer, even really just a service seller, right? Go check her stuff out, right? But when we talk about what is the opportunity, we are asking something really, really specific. I want you guys to think about this in terms of your own businesses, your own creator, whatever it is that you have. We're basically asking, how big is their audience, right? How many followers do they have on social media platforms across the board? How big is their email list, right? How big is the opportunity facing this creator? And we have kind of a really specific stat that we like to talk about there, where we say that every follower, every subscriber that you have is worth at least, right, at a minimum, $1 per subscriber per year, right? So if I had 100,000 followers on Instagram, right, then I would say, okay, I am facing at least a $100,000 a year opportunity, right? So that's kind of what we're talking about, right? But what is the opportunity? And we'll dive in and take a look at Joy's audiences here really quick. But Jordan, question number two, what are they promoting?
A simple question is like, what kind of product are they selling? What is their service that they're selling? What are they promoting? When it comes to social media, when it comes to their email newsletter, or the thing that they say at the end of their podcast, what are they linking us to? What are they telling us to go? Is it their homepage, or is it a specific product or their contact page? In this sense, like where is Joy Michelle? If she wants to book more weddings and get more clients, is she sending us to her booking site, or is she just sending us to her homepage in general? That's the question.
That is it. That's what are they promoting? Which brings us to question number 3. How easy is it to buy? Taylor, I'll kick it over to you.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And this is probably my favorite question, because anytime that I'm looking at pages, that's something that my brain goes to, is how fast can I find the stuff to spend my money? We all know attention spans are short nowadays. Sorry, Vine, the start of the wave. But if I need to purchase something and I'm a fan, or you've wowed me with your beautiful sales page or whatever, how quickly can I swipe the credit card? And if I can't, how long does it take me to get to that point? So this is a huge piece, a part of any person's business to think about, is how quickly can somebody get to actually purchasing what you're offering.
I love it. And it sounds like something that I'm guessing most people watching us here today think, oh yeah, no, it's easy to buy. But when's the last time that you went to your Instagram account, you went even to your homepage, you went, wherever, right? And actually thought about it, visited like with new eyes, and thought, how many clicks does it take for me to actually go somewhere that I can spend my money, right? Taylor, you said it perfectly, right? Is how I want to swipe my credit card. Like if I love you and I want to dive in, right? Give me a chance to go in there and buy some stuff. How easy is it to buy, right? Love that question. And which brings us to question number 4, which is how easy is it to buy more, right? And this is, again, a very, very specific question. This is, how good are you at adding fries and drink to that burger, right? How good are you at taking a $100 customer and turning it into a $200 order, right? How easy is it for your customers to buy not just one thing and leave, right? But buy product 1, product 2, product 3, give them a chance to buy more than one thing at the same time. If you take these 4 questions very, very seriously, right, you will double your business in the next quarter, right? Between now, Black Friday's coming up. Here we are in Q4 here in 2022. For you guys, you want to take what we're about to share in this stream seriously. Put these kind of things into action. This is the kind of stuff that is going to get you more customers, right? Turn more followers into paying customers, and start doubling what each customer is spending, right? That is exactly what we're here to do. So with that,
Love it.
right? Jordan, you did the math, right? How big? Let's take a look. This again is Joy Michelle. She's got a following on Instagram. She's got some YouTube stuff, right? Let's talk about it. How big is the opportunity here? Question number 1.
Yeah, so we went through Joy Michelle's her profiles, her Instagram, her Facebook page, YouTube channel. I could not find a podcast, but that might exist out there. She's starting on Instagram at 13,000, and then we can switch over to, I think, her Facebook page, which is 4,500, which is still a thing. Facebook is still a thing. A lot of clients can come through there, and that's a great place to post all your photos, post your results. And then her YouTube channel is her main bread and butter. She's doing a lot of educational content, which I think is great for a service provider, because not only are you educating other service providers, so she's educating other wedding photographers, but at the same time, it shows off your expertise, so that when a client is browsing your profile, they can go, wow, this person is really knowledgeable. They know what they're doing. They sound like a pro, and it adds credibility to your the notches on your belt. Might make it easier to close when it comes to working with your clients.
Dig that. Love that. Yeah. So, we kind of sum it all up, and this is kind of where we land, right? And this is from an outside perspective looking in. So we don't know how big Joy's email list is. We don't know, there are other ways that you can have followers, but from an outside perspective, we have someone who should be making at least $73,000 per year from this business, right? And so, again, that number, $1 per subscriber per year, that is sort of our baseline, right? We got that from an awesome creator at King Ashley Ann on Instagram, someone who does more of this kind of stuff than anybody, helping business owners grow audiences and do all that kind of stuff. An awesome creator kind of in our world. And so we, again, have creators here at SamCart that are making 2, 3, 5, 10, 20 times, higher than $1 per subscriber per year. And so this, again, baseline numbers. I think my gut tells me that Joy's probably doing this well and then some, but we'd love to go ahead and we're going to dive in and take a look. Okay, how does Joy make her money? And then more importantly, we're going to kind of take this in a slightly different direction, right? We're actually going to dive in and say, listen, if you're a service seller, and more specifically, if you are a wedding photographer, right? How can and should you be thinking about getting more clients from your social media followings, right? So if that's you, if you are a service seller, if you are a photographer, right, regardless of what you're doing, if you're trying to lock in more clients, right, from your digital presence, from your homepage, from social media, from all these places, listen up, because this is really what it's all about for you. So if we go ahead, here we are in our
Yeah,
mirror
let's get
board.
into
You
it.
guys know. Oh, go ahead, Jordan. What?
No, I was just gonna say, let's get into it. But I kind of want to add one thing with like what's a little bit different with kind of working with clients in the client service world is, we're talking about, you increase your audience, you must have a bigger audience or that kind of $1 per subscriber per year. But sometimes you might only need 100 followers or 200 followers, or your clients out there might be watching your content and you don't even know it. You just see this kind of Joy Michelle, she sees like 70,000 in total audience, but she only needs one or two of those people watching to go, I like her, I want to hire her, this looks pretty good. And the broader your reach, the more you're able to, more clients you can probably bring in. But maybe it's like thinking about it in a little different way. Like we don't need, for client services, you don't always need hundreds of thousands of followers. Sometimes you just need 1,000 or 500 people on your list to make a difference.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I one of my best like girlfriends back in the Baltimore DC area, whatever like that, wedding photographer, maybe 5 or 6,000 followers, on
Mm-hmm.
Instagram is kind of her main thing around that. And that girl runs a multiple six-figure business. You know what I mean? Like she's
Yep.
doing just fine, right? So you can outsize these kind of results. But all right, so first thing I always say, right, is I always say if you're a service seller, right? And so again, here we are, we're diving in. This is Joy Michelle, a wedding photographer, kind of extraordinaire person teaching other wedding photographers and stuff like that. Basically, the question we're going to answer today on this takeover is if we were this service seller, right? If I was a wedding photographer, how would I go out there, create one simple page, get more clients in the door, right? And grow a wedding photography business. And so
Yep.
for me, that always comes back to a page like this, right? What I call your front end offer. Taylor, I know this was a word that maybe it's a specific word that whatever like that, but break it down for someone who's never heard front end offer before. Like talk to me about what I'm talking about here.
It's basically like the big main thing up front. Like it's actually very literal of here's what we're going to give you first. And here's what you're able to take advantage of right now in your face. We're not going to sit here and drone on about what I can do. It's like, here's what I got for you. Are you interested?
I love it. Yeah, exactly right. Right. So we're going to take a page like this, and you guys are actually going to see this is a template inside of SamCart. We are going to build this live here on the fly. Right. So stay tuned. But imagine a world where, yeah, you know what? Listen, what is the first thing you want someone to do? Right. In this world, in the wedding photography world, we're going to build a page where we're going to take a deposit. Okay. Where someone is going to say, hey, listen, I'm interested in buying your services. And we're going to say, all right, well, then, hey, listen, I want you to come to this page. I want you to put down a refundable deposit and we'll get on the phone and talk about my services. Like, right. I'm going to have people pay me to get on this discovery call. Right. And then your only real job from there is to turn it into a situation where, regardless of where someone engages with you, right, they find their way back to this one simple page, right? So this could be, social. This could be, referral traffic. This
Yep.
could be,
The link
anywhere and
trees.
everywhere.
Every button is saying book now, book now, book now.
Exactly right. Yeah. So, we want to make it easy for people to go and find this front end offer. So for those of you guys who are service sellers, especially wedding photographers, pay attention, right? But this is what we're going to do. We're going to create a situation where it becomes really, really easy, right? Taylor, you hit the nail on the head, right? How easy is it to buy? You're going to make it super easy. Your link tree from Twitter, your YouTube descriptions from YouTube, you know what I mean? Like your homepage, the main top section of your homepage, right, is all going to point back to this one very, very simple page, right? But our idea is going to be very simple, right? We're going to start here with a refundable deposit page. So someone's going to come in, they're going to put in that refundable deposit. I think in our example, you know what I mean? We're going to talk, I think ours is going to be, $99. There's nothing magic about that number, right? I have nothing to say that 99 should be it. Jordan, you've done wedding photography, you've done this kind of thing, videography type stuff. Like,
Yep.
is there a number out there? You know what I mean? Like if somebody's thinking, cool, I'm going to execute on this, I'm going to do, a refundable deposit, right? Is there a magic to this number up here that we're talking about?
Yeah, I mean, I was going to even ask you the kind of a meta question is like, do you do a paid deposit or do a lot of people do a free call? Or like, what's the difference? Should I have a service and it just says book now or book a call or book a free consultation or free strategy call? What do you see as the difference between a free call and someone putting down $100 or a $10 deposit or paying all up front in full? Like, what kind of different customers do you think would be out there based on the price?
I love that. Taylor, I almost want to hear your thoughts on this, right?
Oh,
Because
I got
you're
thoughts.
coming at this. I was going to say, I'm guessing Taylor can weigh in on this one too. Taylor, what is your thought? If somebody out there is thinking right now, all right, my front end offer, maybe I want to do free, right? Why would I make it paid, right? Why wouldn't I just go straight off the bat and do free? What do you think about this?
So there's no hate on either option. Let's just start there. Like, do what's best for your business structure. I only think that free should happen if you already have like generated enough of interest and like you have testimonials, you have skin in the game of like, hey, I know what I'm doing and my time is valuable and everybody's time is valuable. So I'm always going to opt for the paid. However, if you're just starting out, I would treat this like a beta test. Offer free for a select few of clients, which is something that you can set up here in SamCart, is after 10 people sign up for this, then it cuts off, right? So that way you can do those discovery calls, you can record that information and kind of get an understanding of what they're looking for so you can adjust your page to reach those people who are willing to put down. By having somebody pay up front for your time, that's business that you could have missed out on if suddenly show up for free and they decide not to book with you. So I would only personally suggest free just to get your feet wet, just to ensure that you have your pages and everything tweaked to your ideal client. But once you get to a point where you have a good flow of clients, I don't see any reason to offer free unless you're doing some type of special. But to get you going, offer free, but limit it so that way you can get the information that you need and then justify why, hey, I need you to pay me $100 for my time if we're going to talk about coming to shoot your wedding.
I love that. Yeah,
What
I love
about,
that.
oh, what about even the idea of like a refundable deposit versus a non-refundable deposit? Like we have someone in SamCart like Nick Wolney, when he will do consultations, he will do before they even start the services, he will say, okay, it's $100 non-refundable deposit to just chat with me to see if we're a fit, to see if this is going to make sense.
My time is worth XYZ. Yeah.
Yep. And then like, does that change the relationship or does that change the conversion of like, hey, this is refundable. Okay, we're not interested. I want my money back. Or like, as a client, you're going to take a loss going into this call no matter what. It's great for the service provider. It's like, I don't know. What's the debate there? I don't know what the answer is.
I think that
Taylor,
depends
I'm curious
on how
what you think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it just depends on how it's set up. So in the staying in the wedding photography space, if you haven't shot anything yet and you haven't gotten to a place where it's like, okay, this is what we're going to execute on. Once you sign this contract, like you're locked in. I think that's where you have to work with your legal team and things like that to set those things up. I like the idea of, hey, if we have a consultation because I need to be paid for my time and we get to this date and I've basically put together the mood board, all of that for your shoot. Maybe we've done a couple test shots. At that point, I've done actual work. I need to be paid for my time. If we book this and it's like, okay, if after 2 weeks, after we've done our consultation, I've sent you your mood board or whatever, and you're still not fully on board with it, then that could be your cutoff point. But I would say make sure that your money back guarantee, if you're going to opt with that, is at a point where you didn't have to put a whole lot of effort into it, because nothing hurts more than having shopped the wedding and then it all goes great and you fulfilled your contractual obligations and somebody's like, I want my money back. Wait a minute, that's hours of my time that I could have put somewhere else. So just gauge it best on what fits for you, of like, here's how far I'm willing to go before it's not negotiable at this point.
For sure.
We got SamCart over here said, I've been in a wedding photography and cinematography space for over 10 years and I've never seen someone have to pay money to pay you more money. Ooh,
that's a good point. No, listen, I get it. I think here's the truth. Like the truth is that probably most of the world exists over here on this side, right? Most people say, I'm going to make it free. I'm going to get this. Let's get on a call. Let's talk about it, like that kind of thing, right? However, right, there are a lot of really, really good reasons. And I've seen a lot of big people, right, that this sort of thing over here, right, whether it's refundable or non, right, is a stepping stone to more serious buyers, to bigger ticket customers, right, is a really, really big thing. And so, you know what, listen, at the end of the day, honestly, I don't really care, right? My big point that I want everybody who's on this call to think about is I want you to engineer a situation where that first interaction is easy to say yes to, right? That's why we talk about the idea of a refundable deposit page, right? And Jordan, go ahead. Let's bring up my my screen share because I think it'd be fun to just kind of toss around how we built this thing inside of SamCart. But a refundable deposit is an easy yes. It's really easy for people to get in here, right? And so let's just go ahead. I'm just going to bring up, this is a live SamCart account. I'm going to open up on products, right? And I already made a product, but if we wanted to make a new one, it would take 2 seconds, right? But here's my refundable deposit page. I'm going to come in here. I can open this bad boy up, and then, you can see I made it $99. You could make, if you felt like having a refundable deposit that's lower feels better, you know what I mean? Like, that's great, right? Come in and do that as well. But I'm going to
Yep.
go ahead and open up the design, right? So the drag and drop builder is what is behind that button right here. And you can see this is actually the page you guys are looking at, right? And maybe Jordan can go ahead and share the URL to this page here somewhere.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll drop it down in the chat. But the page you guys are seeing right here is actually a done-for-you sales page template inside of SamCart. And so it has all of the elements you guys need to convert visitors into paying customers, right? I think the template itself is meant to kind of lock people into like a full, like a full shoot. It's like, I think there's pricing wording on this page that makes it sound like it's like $2,000, right? So I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to cut this down, right, to being something that's just like $99. And let's see how easy it would be to change some of this stuff, right? So, turn your wedding to a fairy tale. Everybody deserves a wedding. It's like that kind of thing. How about instead of book today, right? How about I would say, drop a refundable deposit today or something kind of like that. It's like it's reserve, and I'd have to mess with the width of this, or reserve your date.
Beautiful
right?
design.
Kind of like that, right? Yeah, of course. I was gonna say at least I'd have to do, let's do here, a little border size, little height, little width. That's what I was looking for right there. There we go. Now we'll make it a little bit better, right? So maybe it's a little less committal, right? It's like, hey, listen, all we're going to do here is reserve your date. Just put a non-refundable deposit down on your date, and then it's, okay, here's what you get. You're going to get my fairy tale video shoot, right, for, this much money. But what if you're not a video person, right? Then maybe you say, okay, cool. Well, I'm going to do the pre-planning session, with you. And this is a pre-planning session where we get together and do XYZ. And, this is going to be worth, $1,500, and explain what it is, right? But this is the section up here where you get a chance to say, hey, listen, this is everything that's included, right? You guys get, when you buy this, you book with me, you know what I mean? You're going to get this fairy tale photo shoot. I'll come with you on your honeymoon and do this. Or, it's like, I don't know what else you might say. Maybe if you don't want to do that, we can remove some sections too. You know what I mean? It's like, if you don't want to get that kind of stuff. But this is where you get a chance to say, okay, cool, listen, how about instead of saying everything you receive today, it's only this price, maybe this is where you get a chance to say, don't worry about money yet. Like, just place a refundable deposit to secure your date, right? And we say, hey, just do that, replace a refundable deposit, secure your date. I could change this button text again, to say something like, it's all about reserve your date, that kind of thing. But you guys can see how easy it is. And the whole real goal here is, again, all we're trying to do is turn a visitor into a customer, right? That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to make it easy for someone to come down here and say yes, right? So, Jordan, any thoughts on any of this stuff?
Yeah, I mean, this is what makes a great front end offer. It's a low commitment. It's small. It's not a let's get married on the first date. It's like, hey, this is $20. This is $100. This is something very small compared to what the overall bigger back end offer was going to be, which makes it easier for your customers to get in there, appreciate what it is, and check out.
Exactly right. Yeah. So maybe we got this extra section right here that's like a free gift. Maybe I'll say, hey, cool, I'm gonna delete this and make it a little shorter. You can remove whole sections and just keep what you want. You know what I mean? And this is, I think, a part where it'd be really important if you were doing a refundable deposit, that this is where I would say, this deposit is 100% refundable, right? Refundable. Never spell in public, right? Exactly right. But yeah, then you get a chance to explain a little bit more. You know what I mean? Say, hey, listen, just hop on the phone with me, right? This is non-committal. All we're doing here is just get on the phone and talking about your date, right? And if you like it, we can secure full payment later, that kind of stuff, right?
Yep.
And again, the same thing would be true whether this was free or not, right? But the idea is, how can I create one page to showcase my front end offer, right? And get people in the door, right? So I'll go ahead. Let me just remove this one last section, and all of a sudden, here we are, right? We've got a really nice, tight, single page where all of a sudden I could, and it's going to look great on mobile too. You know what I mean? It's going to have everything you need right here on mobile and on desktop. And then all of a sudden, someone can come here. I share one page. I link to it from my homepage. I link to it from my link tree. I link to it from everywhere, right? And customers can come in here and check this out. Now, one of the benefits of collecting money and making this a refundable deposit is the idea that you can actually let your customers buy more stuff as well, right? So we'll get to that in just a second. One other thing that I thought would be kind of cool in here, Jordan, that we talked about before, is if I needed to edit the information I collect from somebody, right, is super simple. I come in here and all I'm gonna say is, okay, cool. You know what? I really need someone's phone number, right? Maybe I really need an email confirmation field. So someone has to enter their email twice, and they don't have a typo that
Yeah,
like
Scott,
say
a question from SamCart came in. He asked about contracts, but also capture the wedding date. So is there a way to say like, hey, my wedding date is on October 10th, whatever?
I am way ahead of you on that one, right? So I created a custom field that's a wedding date, and it's going to be a drop down, and you just give people the options they need, right? And do all that kind of stuff. How about terms and conditions? Right, if you need someone to agree to your terms and conditions,
Yep.
I could come in here and I'll just pull up SamCart terms and conditions and just plug those in, right? But if you have terms and conditions somewhere on your website, right, come back, drop it in here, and all of a sudden down here at the bottom, someone has to click agree to terms and conditions, or you could even have them, it's there, but they don't have to click the box, right? A lot of different ways to kind of get that done. But watch what's going to happen here. And anybody who's on this page with me, right, after I hit publish, you guys are going to see, if you guys refresh the page, right, you will go ahead and see, and I'll just open this up in a new tab, right? Here's your page. And imagine having one very simple page that everything you do runs right to this one URL. And every single person who comes here, it's a really nice front-end offer. It's that refundable deposit. You'll collect the information you need, right? Grab their info, maybe even get a chance where someone's going to say, hey, yes, I want to grab the rehearsal shoot. I want to add that to my order here. I want to pre-order, expedited work, right? And all of a sudden you could turn this page into a profit center where people are spending a lot of money. You're identifying your most serious customers, and then you're just going to get everybody on the phone and start closing full deals.
Yeah, I would even use this as an opportunity, especially for going with hey, book a call with me and this is a refundable deposit. Maybe it's here's a digital wedding planner for your day, or here's a way to, a free template for designing your invitation, something like that, something that they can take back with them. So that way, even if they don't immediately book, maybe they have something that still leans into your expertise and kind of leaves a lasting impression. Because we all know sometimes when you're doing discovery calls and consultations that people get into that limbo state of like, maybe, I don't know. But if they have something small or at a low ticket offer where it's like, actually, this wedding planner is kind of cool, and they mentioned it flows with the shooting stuff. Actually, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and book that full consultation. So play with this how you feel, in a ways that's going to benefit you, that leaves a lasting impression. But this is definitely what we talk about being able to buy more is, can I quickly add something else that might be beneficial for you to have?
Yep. And what's different about this a lot of times when you're working in client services, on the client side, they don't really have too much control. They're just kind of waiting for an email from you, or for you to send them a PDF contract that is hard, black and white. There's no wiggle room. Whereas this, you're giving your clients an experience where they can have a little bit more self-service. They have a little bit more control over the process to say, I do want this, I don't want that. And then we're throwing them on this page and they're in buying mode, ready to go. They're adding their credit card, as opposed to doing the traditional, here's the invoice or here's net 30 or whatever it may be. Feels a little bit more modern, and hey, the customer has the control in this scenario.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you guys dig this kind of one page model, what I mean, if you're getting it and you see how simple this is, right, you drop a hell yes in the comments down below, because this is the kind of thing I find that when we're talking about making it easy to buy, right, this is a big aha moment for a lot of people, right? It's the idea that I can go from social media, I can go from a link tree or something kind of like that, right? And go right to one page that this is my front end offer. The only thing left is to put this page in front of more people, right? So absolutely love that. Jordan, here, let's dive back over to Miro, and we can kind of we'll talk about kind of what's the next step, right? So we're here, right? Right now we are, and let me just bring this back up. We got Miro coming back. Here comes the pin, and there it is, right? So we talked about the fully refundable deposit page, right? One simple page. Now the next step would be, all right, well, cool. Let's just say someone buys. What happens next? Well, the next thing that's going to happen, right, is that we're going to take them over to Calendly, right? So they're going to need to book a call, right? They're going to need to do something like that. Me as the account owner, you know what I mean? I'll probably get an email. I'll probably get notified and say, hey, awesome. We got someone who's here, right? But let me show you how Calendly and this box up here, right? Saved card tech become a really, really, really nice combo, right? That anyone could be using, right? So we'll go back over, I guess let's go back over to SamCart. Let's take a look at it.
Let's do it.
Here we are.
You're live.
So if I have a Calendly account, right? Here's a look at my Calendly account. And any one of you guys want to grab this URL and schedule some time with me, let's do it. That'd be fun. But you could come back over just to say, I'm a photographer. I'm going to come back in here and say, hey, listen, I want to make sure that every single customer, right, gets taken to my Calendly account, right? And so you could do one of two things. You could send somebody, you do right here. It's called the order redirect. Where does someone go after buying, right? So I could just drop my Calendly URL right there. And all of a sudden, right after buying, someone's going to go and go right to my Calendly account. The other thing you could do is you could come back under this product and click on emails. And then you can actually customize the receipts. You can customize like the, emails that go out when someone wants to update their credit card info, something kind of like that. But I could edit this receipt and say, hey, thanks for reserving your date. Like, let's hop on a call ASAP and hammer out the details to see if we are a good fit, right? And just give them the link to your Calendly, and just like that, right? We can go ahead, click save.
The most opened email in the world is the order receipt. So put all that information in there.
Is spot
Put it all there.
Exactly right. And so just like that, we can go ahead and I'm gonna actually go back to this page and let me just show you guys what this looks like, right? Let me just go one more time. I'll just make sure I save my changes here and come back over to this page. Any one of you guys can do this with us. We actually Taylor did this just a minute ago, right? So we're gonna kind of showcase what this is like. But someone can come in here. We flip this into test mode. You guys can come in and put in your own information, and then go ahead and just pick whatever you want. So like we said before, I'm going to have somebody, we can pick a wedding date here. And then when it comes to the payment information, just put in 424242. Just repeat that 16 times, right? 4242. Any future expiration date and any 3-digit security code, right? And I'll go ahead and I'll say, I'm just taking the refundable deposit. But when I click this button, I'm going to be taken immediately to Calendly. I'll get sent a receipt that will have a link to Calendly again, right? And most importantly, right, your customer's credit card is going to be saved on file, right? That's going to be a really, really, really big deal, right? Because here's what's going to happen next is once you're on that call with that customer, because they have bought something from you, right? You can actually go into SamCart, you can pull up orders, right? And I'll go ahead and pull up, this is one that Taylor did here. And Taylor, let's just assume me and you were on the phone, right? I'm shooting your wedding, right? It's coming up. It's coming in hot. You're sounding good. You're liking everything we're saying. All I have to do is say, hey, Taylor, listen, we're going to lock this in right now, right? It's going to be, I'm going to take the first half of the rest of the payment, right? It's $4,000 for me to do your wedding. Like all I need is for you to say yes. And I'm going to charge your card on file, for the first half, the rest of that $2,000 essentially, right now. How does that sound?
Charge the card.
Charge the card. And then you know what's really cool is I get a chance to say, all right, cool. Here's another product. I'm going to charge your card on file for this is, it's another $1,900, right? But then I also get to say, hey, you know what, Taylor, I also do, I do the rehearsal shoot, you know what I mean? And the rehearsal shoot is another $800, you know what I mean? I'll discount it down to, whatever. We'll give you a 15% discount if you want to add it on right now. How does that sound?
Bridezilla needs more things. Give me more
things.
My dad's paying for this.
Hey, Taylor, I got one more thing and we'll get you out of here, right? As we say, hey, listen, I've got expedited work, right? Usually to expedite the work, I'll give it to you I'll get all your photos back before you guys are done with the honeymoon. You know what I mean? Again, I'll save another, it's usually $600. I'll knock it down to $500 if you're ready to go right now. Well, how's that sound?
Before the honeymoon, even better. Let's go.
Even better. Let's go. But you can see what I can do here, right? Is I can use Taylor's card on file, right? That's stored credit card tech. A lot of different ways that you can make this happen. And I can charge someone's card and say, bam, right there on the phone, I've closed the customer. No more, no invoicing, right? No sending them back to some other page and hoping they come back and buy again. You know what I mean? You do all of that stuff right here on the spot, right? And in that way, you close more customers, get more of your revenue right here on the spot. And there's just none of that dumb back and forth, none of that long wait period, none of that couple days later, maybe did they forget, maybe not kind of situation, you know what I mean? But you get to close all that stuff using stored credit card tech right here on the spot.
Yeah, that's always the worst feeling. You send out that invoice and you're like, I see that they opened the invoice. Okay, they've opened the invoice 4 times. What's going on? Hey, did you get that? Did you get that invoice?
Is exactly right? And that kind of thing just it slows you down. It it demoralizes you when people walk away, you know what I mean? But you need a chance that right there on the spot when someone is in that buying mode and they're locked in, you know what I mean? You need a chance to bring them back and lock it in, get that money in the door, you know, right there on the spot. So absolutely love that. To bring back up a Miro over here, right? So, you know, now we've talked about a little bit, you know, we've walked through some of this stuff here a little bit, right? We talked about the refundable deposit page. We talked about Calendly and how that stored credit card technology helps you guys close more people. You know what I mean? Now we can talk about some other stuff too, right? How about cart abandonment, right? Why don't you make sure that when people hit that refundable deposit page, that if someone starts filling out their order, that you capture that information and you can start pick up the phone and give them a call, right? Shoot them an email, add them to your email autoresponder, you know, whatever it is that you might be
100%.
using, right? And do those kind of things. Again, how can we capture more customers? How can we make sure that we're not letting go of any of our best leads, right? Cart abandonment is a big, big way to make that happen.
Yeah, whatever you can do to bring them back to that page, whether it's, you know, educating them a little bit more about who you are, what your offer is, or even further down the line to say, okay, it's instead of it's a $99 deposit to get started, it's now $10 or it's now $0 to get started. Let's just have a conversation. Click here, go to this page, and maybe that will capture the client.
Exactly. Big time. And so then really the last one to kind of like unveil here in terms of how are you, a service provider, going to go out here and take over the world? You know what I mean? It is those add-ons. It is that the same thing that we did with Taylor on that call. You know what I mean? Every single one of you guys needs to be doing the exact same thing. What is your version of would you like fries with that? Right? Taylor, you had some great ideas, even better ones than the ones that we came up with before, you know what I mean? But if you're a wedding photographer, a wedding videographer, any kind of service seller, right? It gives you a chance because we're using this right here, right? Because we're using that stored credit card tech and we are closing someone right there on the phone. All we need are some yeses, you know what I mean? Your opportunity to go and turn a $2,000 order into a $4,000 order, turn a $4,000 order into $6,000, you know, it's like, and grow that revenue, make more profit is directly tied to how easy it's going to be to let your customers buy more, right? Go and buy more. And so, pitching these add-ons and being able to close them right there on the spot, huge, huge, huge advantage. Did we miss any, right? Is there another one down here that maybe we'd add on for somebody who is a photographer, somebody who is in this space?
Oh, there's one. You could do a second shooter. Do you just want one photographer there, or do you want a second or a third, and just keep adding more to get more coverage?
I like it. Taylor, you got any other ideas? No, we don't have to. No big deal. You know what I mean? We're moving on.
Like, there's a lot. You would think I would know because one of my best friends is a wedding photographer. She does this all the time.
Well, we'll have to ask her sometime. You know what I mean? We'll have to circle back and do that kind of stuff. But listen, I hope you guys can see, right, like the power in how simple this business is. You know what I mean? We have just launched and created something where customers can, go from discovering, somebody like Joy or one of her followers, one of her disciple kind of people, right? Go from following and discovering you out there, right, to going to one simple page where we're putting a very easy offer in front, where the page was made for you, the sales page template designed and all that kind of good stuff, right? And then all we did from there, right, is take a refundable deposit, make it really easy for someone to book and find you, and then close the sale, charge the rest of the amount of money, right? And tack on all kinds of add-ons that make you all kinds of extra profit using someone's saved credit card technology, right? So, Jordan, you had one piece that you thought was really, really slick to add on for anybody selling service stuff, right? And it really came down to, we had all these boxes and stuff covered, right? But what is this kind of return path? You know what I mean? What is this going from this box over here on the far right back over to, our front end offer?
Yeah, a lot of wedding photographers are afraid of things like Facebook ads, or, they are constantly stuck behind social media content. Like I gotta post more and more on Instagram. And they're like, and then some are just like, I don't do any marketing. I don't want to do any marketing. All my business comes from past clients, comes from referrals, comes from they recommend me, or their girlfriends recommended me. What the typical way to do it is they just refer you. They just send a link. Hey, you should go check out Joy Michelle. You should buy her services. You should book her as a photographer. And they don't get paid. And like, what better way to like incentivize your past customers even more? You send out a mass email to all your clients and say, hey, we're starting a referral program. you can become a Joy Michelle affiliate. And if you help book a call, if you help book get a deposit, I will give you it doesn't have to be X percentage. It could be like $100 gift card, or it could be a $500 gift card, something to incentivize your past clients to share your stuff, share your link, share that front end offer page, and give them a special link. And then also track like who's your best affiliates, who's your best referral source. And I think it's a great way to just incentivize it a little bit more versus just saying like $0. Thanks.
Absolutely.
Thanks for the referral.
You're going to be getting all these customers. You're going to be getting all these people that are just excited about that kind of stuff. Give every single one of them a reason to send people back to where they started too. You know what I mean? Like, listen, everybody, I started over here on the right. You know what I mean? Or I start over here on the left on this one page. Go here, right? Go check out this kind of refundable deposit page. And that's super, super simple, right? Actually, if I jump back over inside of SamCart here, right? This is the SamCart Affiliate Center. And so you can see if I scroll down, we've got a couple of just, dummy affiliates. But you would basically go and create an affiliate link, right? Right back to that wedding deposit page. Right. And then every single affiliate you have, if you kind of, click open, here's Stephanie, I can come in here, I can get, Stephanie's unique referral link, send this to her and say, hey, Stephanie, every time you share this page, you know what I mean? I'll give you, if I close a customer off this, right, I'll spot you $100.
Yeah.
Right?
You keep the deposit. Take the deposit from me.
Exactly. Yeah. Take the deposit, right? I'll give you that. If I close a sale, I'll give you $400. Like whatever makes sense for you and your business model, right? But it turns all of these awesome customers and all of these people, who are going to go through this process and be thrilled and be, big, smiley, happy customers, right? Turns them into your best source of potential new customers, right? And give them a reason to go out there and do that. But yeah, this is the kind of like simple service model. We've been talking for a while, but essentially what is this entire, project, right? If not, one simple page over here, right? Step 2 is get on the phone and use, save credit cards, tech. And then 3 over here is just to continue to pitch them more add-ons, right? Like that business is
we've got the circle of life, Scott.
Files in one page. You know what I mean? Like that's as easy as it gets.
We've got the circle of life for a service provider. You got a way to invoice your clients. You have a way to manage your clients because now you have them on a spreadsheet. And then we have a way to get referral business to keep the cycle going and over, all in one platform.
Love it. Absolutely love it. We'll make sure to take this mind map and export it and get everything out there for you guys to go check this out. But of course, if you guys have any questions about any of this stuff, if you're a service seller, if you sell digital products, you sell whatever you want, right? Drop your questions down in the chat. Love to answer as many as we can as we've kind of done throughout this whole thing. But absolutely love that. I think, Joy is somebody who is a big proponent of simplicity from what we can tell. Someone who's doing a great job of one thing that she actually talks about is she talks about diversifying your revenue streams, right? Which I know, Taylor, I know you're a big fan on. You could podcast that out for a long time, you know what I mean? Just diving into all that kind of stuff. But Joy is someone who, always encourages her photographers to turn around and start creating, digital content, turn around and start, selling more than just I book weddings and that's kind of all I do. You know what I mean? And so again, all of that stuff feeds into this mind map so well, right? Is imagine a world where that add-on category, right? Where you get a chance to just give every single person, more people, right? Or every single person that comes into your world, you have more things to put in front of them, you know what I mean? To maximize your revenue from each person is a massive win.
I love it. I think it's great. I think everybody should do it, especially for all the service people, because we get this a lot on the support side of, can I do this as a service person? I'm a lawyer. I'm in real estate. It's all applicable. If you have to get on a call with somebody, this is the perfect way to do it and make a little change while you're doing it and guaranteeing that you have money coming in the door. Deposits are real. I have to put down a deposit just to get my nails done. Okay. So
right.
Anybody can do it.
Yep. Right. Big time. Yeah, absolutely love it. This is the mind map. You know what I mean? This is the same blueprint, the same category, the same kind of overall strategy with, it can get more complex as you get a little bigger, you know what I mean? But this is the same thing that's powering businesses on SamCart that are 7-figure brands, you know what I mean? And so it doesn't need to be more complex, right? And I really enjoyed, kind of diving in again. Go check out Joy and her content. If you're a wedding photographer, you're in that world, go check out her on social media. You guys, again, links down below. You guys can go check that out. But of course, if you guys want to ever, dive more into what SamCart can do, like we talked about here, you guys can check out samcart.com for a free trial. And if you enjoy sort of like the strategy of this kind of stuff, How do you get more customers? How do you make more from those customers? How do you do that kind of stuff? Head over to creatoru.com. So creatoru.com is sort of our Netflix library of how do you guys as creators make awesome stuff, sell more of it, pull more profit out of your business, all of that stuff. If you want to learn about being an awesome creator, go to creatoru.com. That's CREA.
Scott, you got to go to the
Don't do
website.
it.
It's
Don't
brand
do it.
new. It's
Don't do it.
redesigned. We got to show folks what.
I was
We
going to
don't
say,
do
let's bring it up.
math, don't spell.
Don't
Like,
spell in public. Taylor, I'll never learn. I will never learn that lesson. That's never going to happen. But yeah, let's go ahead. Let me jump over and do. Jordan, you can bring me back up, and let's just dive into the new Creator U website.
Oh yeah, looking.
This is us, man. This is us. It is looking
it's so
awesome.
pretty.
We have a bunch of awesome creators, people who are, most of them again on SamCart. We are verifying that they are exactly who they say they are, teaching you about awesome stuff. You guys can come over here. You can join Creator U. You can't join Creator U live right now. It's currently closed right after we had a big price increase not too long ago. But Creator U is where you guys can come join the Netflix style library, all this awesome stuff. Let me go ahead. I'll just dive into the app and kind of showcase again what this is. I guess I haven't logged in yet. Anyway, you guys get a sense. Go over to Creator U, go check it out. Right, we got a video and some stuff you guys can check out here to go learn more about how to be an awesome creator. And then when it comes time to building and execution, collecting payments, making more money, managing your business, that's what SamCart is there for you guys as well. But yeah, that's what we got here today. You guys got anything else? Closing thoughts?
Always next week, we're here Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Register for the event, get a text message update, an email update. Go to Luma/SamCart. It's right down there. It's in the chat. It's also in the link in the description. And you will get notified for every single Tuesday takeover that we have to infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond. Taylor,
and copyright strike.
And copyright, yeah.
No more. No.
Awesome. No more than that. We will leave it on exactly to infinity and beyond. I am Scott Moran on behalf of Taylor Danielle, Jordan P. Anderson, and the rest of the SamCart team. Thank you guys for joining us. This has been Tuesday Takeover. We will see you in the next one next Tuesday. We're out.